Hello, beloved souls. Welcome to a commentary channel and a question. Would you kill your child if God told you? The disturbing story of Abraham. Welcome back. My name is Jem. I'm a psychic medium, author, channeler, truth seeker. And I want to talk about one of the most disturbing stories in the Bible, the story of Abraham and Isaac. In Genesis 22, verse 2, God says to Abraham, "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I shall tell you." Let that sink in. A father was commanded to sacrifice his child. I recently asked a family member, if God told you to sacrifice your child, would you do it? They answered me, yes. I was shocked, horrified. This story is supposed to be about faith and obedience, but I see it as deeply troubling. Why is a command like this seen as holy when it's in the Bible, but as madness when it's in the news? Real life parallels. Throughout history, there have been mothers and fathers who've murdered their children because they believed God told them to. It makes headlines. People call them insane. But if we truly believe God spoke to Abraham, why do we dismiss these modern tragedies? Could it be the same angry God from the Bible whispering to them? Or are they mentally ill? I'm not saying these horrific acts are right. I reject violence and harm. But we must ask, why does this story get a free pass as a moral example? God's sacrifice of Jesus. This disturbing theme doesn't stop with Abraham. Christianity is built on the idea that God demanded the sacrifice of his own son, Jesus. We call it salvation. But what kind of all-powerful, loving being requires the brutal death of a child, even his own, to forgive? Why does divine love need blood and suffering? If a parent said, "I'll only forgive you if my son dies for you," we'd call that abusive and cruel. The question of obedience. I believe the story of Abraham has been used for centuries to teach blind obedience, to make people stop questioning. But obedience without morality is dangerous. If you think it's holy to do whatever a voice claims is God, where does that end? Is this how atrocities happen? I'm not suggesting anyone harm anyone, ever. I'm saying this story disturbs me, and I believe it should disturb all of us. What do you think? If a voice told you to harm someone, would you question it or obey just because it says, "I'm God"? I'd love to hear and read your thoughts. Thank you for watching. And yes, that really did happen. And I'm not going to name the family member, but they said that. And very recently there was a mother who drowned all of her children because she heard the voice of God. And please, this video is not for Christians. Don't come quoting Bible verses at me. I have told you before, I was a Christian and I've got a postgraduate certificate in world religions. I know the stories, and this is a bloodthirsty God. You can't get around it. You can't pretty it up with any scripture. Thanks again for watching. Take care of each other and of yourselves. Love, light, and blessings.